Hello and welcome back, and obviously we've done a hot swap there, so hopefully this is going to work. This is me and Stone Tiger Gaddafi, and we are now ready to go into the game, so let's get it on.
Yeah, baby. I'm excited, damn it.
Oh yeah, here we go.
This is the 2 versus 2 Masters Cup.
Hello there and welcome back. We are live in Game 2, starting on the west side with the guys that are 1-0 up in this series. It's Lucky and Thoton.
And on the other side, we have the Experts Clan representatives with Baolian and VonIvan.
And the co-cast you're listening to is none other than Sturm Tiger Gaddafi, the #1 benefactor in KO2 history, because he's a big fan of the competitive scene. And tell me what you're seeing Baolian do there, Gaddafi. What are we seeing?
Well, Baolian is getting ready to unleash some Asgran pain on his opponents, and of course he's been practicing this strategy for a long time now, ever since the patch, and of course he selected the Strategic Reserves Doctrine.
Asgran pain, that sounds like a major form of hemorrhoids. Let's hope Thoton's got the cream to remedy this situation.
Absolutely, I would recommend that definitely. Having suffered through Asgran pain
No!
while playing against him, I would definitely recommend that he uses some sort of lubricant.
Oh
by
dear.
all means.
No, I must maintain. Obviously, my presenting is very controversial. I love being as adult as possible. However, I am preparing to broadcast for Relic next week, so we have to not be rated R. The one just underneath rated R.
Oh, PG. Okay, we were gonna cast nicely.
PG-13.
PG-13.
Yeah, that's what we're going for.
Damn it, you're killing me here. I'm taking a lot of compromises. I'm taking a lot of compromises here.
Well, we all thank you for this, Stone Tiger Gaddafi. We honestly do.
Okay, I will do my best. I will do my best so snowflakes don't get butthurt. Anyways.
Indeed. VonIvan down south, 3 votes Grenadiers, Stern Pioneers, pushing into that area of conflict. In the north, where it's all happening, though, got a nice flank from Lucky.
Absolutely, and we have got Esgrans pushing those Tommies in. And Tommies have retreated, lick their wounds and get ready for battle again.
Yeah, it seems like it's almost like a wave tactics simulator, isn't it, Governor Heroes? Wave after wave.
Wave after
battle.
wave.
Indeed, an ebb and flow of conflict. M3 is the tonic for the OKW menace from the south, and it's going to have a good battle, of course. We don't have the Grenadiers from Baolian to offer a Faust shield in that first 5 minutes of play.
And of course, Thoton went 2 engineers, which means the Flamer half-track is inbound, and of course it's going to be a really great counter because of the Asgran build, and of course it's a natural nemesis to the OKW, so we're going to see how they're going to counter this.
Yeah, let's see. I mean, they're going to have to come out maybe... Oh, no, yes, indeed. You might have already declared it. We've got the 2-2 from VonIvan. That's going to be the light AT for the Axis side. Stern Pioneers doing a fantastic job of forcing away Thoton.
Yeah, absolutely. VonIvan just selected the Elite Armor Doctrine, which indeed has 2-2-1, which is going to be able to help out with... Oh, never mind that. He hits the mine.
Haha, excellent. Mines win games, Baolian and VonIvan get a nice mine off there.
Yeah, that is a prime example of the experience that these two guys have in Company of Heroes 2 game.
Yeah, they've got a lot to show for themselves after that Game 1 defeat. I would say it was a little bit of poor infantry play led them to that position. Great B4 play. Let's hope they can sharpen up. They've woken up now, Stern Tiger Gaddafi. What time is it where you are in your part of the world?
Right now it's around 11 a.m. I believe.
Okay, and you're from like in the central area, is that right, or East Coast something?
East Coast, Philadelphia.
Okay, nice. So these guys do have no more excuses in terms of time zones. They should be well woken and ready for a full stage conflict now. Something that goes a little bit longer, a little bit meatier, more of a true battle.
I don't know how true that statement is because Baolian has a really weird playing times, and he's online EU time. He's online every time I pretty much log into Company Heroes 2, he's online. Like, this guy plays 24/7. You can never assume that he's from NA, you know?
I mean, one thing we have to make the audience aware of, especially the guys just tuning it back in for the cast, is that you are a former or possibly an active clanmate of Baolian and VonIvan. So you know these guys intimately. You played a lot of 2 versus 2 with them. Oh, we've got Battlefield presence. Hang on, just keep an eye on this. M3's pushing in, as is the UC.
Yep. Oh, Faust goes in on the scout car. And of course we have 2-1 pounding on scout car as well, but nothing's gonna happen.
UC could actually finish it off. I tell you what, Lucky's feeling, Lucky. Yep. Well, does he? Oh, he doesn't go very fast with that Bren carrier, though.
Yeah, 2-1 is long gone, I think. I don't think he's gonna be able to catch him.
Sayonara. And this game's too exciting to ask me about. I want to ask you about that point I was going to raise. Maybe we'll have to save that if it gets less interesting, but I can't see that happening. So yeah, just quickly, obviously you do know these guys as friends, and you can actually give us more insight that way. It's going to be quite cool to have you on board.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're not clanmates per se, but I mean, ever since the dawn of history, co-experts in Stern Tigers have had a great relationship, you know, and we played a lot of games and scrimmed against each other way back in the day. So we thoroughly understand how people from one or the other clan think. So
so I was kind of wrong, kind of right. You're like sister clans. You're like friendly clans, allies.
Yeah, exactly.
Allied clan. Okay, there we go. An associate member, we'll say. Anyway, back onto the field of conflict. Oh, we've got that 2-2-2 this time. Baolian going ring around the roses. However, the UC runs into the Sturmgewehrs of the Panzer Grenadiers, and the MG42 finishes it off.
Exactly. Two Tommies jump out of that scout car, and they're out of there.
Oh yeah, they are indeed making themselves into a minor space project.
Yep.
Or a circus act, almost.
Alright, we got Tommies retreating from that house. Smart move. They're really low health.
And they're going to suffer a little bit there. Bit of negative cover kicks in. Panzer Grenadiers weren't in position, however. Back to the centre. The 2-2-1 causing issues to the M3.
We got...
Oh, yes, we do indeed. We've got the Panzer II Lukes in the build for VonIvan. We've got, wow, a second 2-2-2 entering the field of conflict for Baolian. Let's check out Thoton's build. Still just keeping with the M3. He's got the flamer in it now. I can just see chat saying Axis OP, because we might be on our way to 2 Axis victories. What do you think, STG?
Well, I mean, it's a potential for that, because these guys started spamming the light vehicles, but T-70 and other light vehicles from the other side are nowhere in sight, so I'm kind of confused about the timing here. 7 minutes and still no T3 even.
No, indeed. Well, they've spent quite a bit of fuel income on those early game vehicles now, and it's, you know, it's not that much fuel, but it certainly just delays by a minute or so.
Yeah, but I mean, keep in mind there's no T3 as well, so I don't know what's going to happen here. They're not going to be able to counter this light vehicle rush.
Ooh, Raketver from the center. Oh, what a shot! And kills 3 of the combat engineers as well. Meanwhile, in the north,
nice
the 222s are getting aggressive.
Nice flank by Tommies, and they were able to get rid of that MG. But of course, we got a pack somewhere. Oh my god, that missed on the 222. There's another one kiting.
Yeah, doing a great job. The 6-pounder is decrewed. The Tommies only have their rifles. Askrens are coming in to give covering fire. Has this been a successful attack for Baolian? It certainly looks like it. Uses the sprint to flurry into combat and force away the Tommies. This has been a rout so far for Baolian and VonIvan.
Yeah. Alright, they got the pack, British pack, or 6-pounder.
Oh yeah. Do you Americans use that word rout to mean like an authoritative victory? Because you say route as rout, don't you? So
yeah,
I think you don't get to use the word rout. That is a shame.
Well, I don't know. To be honest, this is the first time I'm actually hearing the context you're speaking of when it...
You never heard that before? Have you ever seen that in a computer game when it says enemy is routing? It means retreating. You ever seen that?
To be honest, no, never. I've never heard of it.
Interesting. There you go. You guys have forfeited the use of that word. That's a shame.
Yeah, pretty much. Slight cultural differences there, I guess. But...
Yeah, I love it though. I love the kind of chalk and cheese effect of casting with somebody from a nation as diverse as America. It really creates interesting.
Up north, we got 222 pounding on those Tommies.
Oh yeah.
Of course, Tommy's are bound to retreat on that one. They can't possibly win that engagement.
Oh, like, well, you'd say that, but Lucky's feeling lucky, but he opens himself up to being flanked. And the Panzer II was thinking of doing that, maybe mopping them up on retreat. And he still could do that. That's really bad play by Lucky. I don't know what he was thinking. The 222 now reverses its directional path and goes after them. He's got a negative cover road here. He's going to finish them off for sure.
Yeah, and this is part of VonIvan's strategic brilliance. You know, when he plays 2v2, he always has his mate's flank, and he always understands the positioning really well, especially with light vehicles and so on. And he's gonna wipe that squad if he gets the opportunity.
Must be noted, by the way, we'd have the radio set out for the 222 over here. Yeah, you hadn't much chance to play with this commander, the elite armor doctrine, and use that ability, the one that was kind of not most often used.
Yeah, not really, to be honest. I just I haven't played Axis at all recently, so I'm pretty rusty with them. So to be honest, I have no idea what that ability does.
Fair enough. Fair enough. You weren't brought in for your expert knowledge. You see, SGG, you're brought in for your genuine enthusiasm, which is much more valuable than knowledge, let me tell you that.
I bring excitement, not necessarily technical knowledge of the game.
Yeah, indeed, indeed. I love it. That's pretty much been my USP for 7 years, STG. Yeah. That's how, seems to work, I guess.
Well, I mean, you got an opportunity to cast a lot, so you picked up a lot of tips and tricks. While I am losing my casting virginity here today with you in front of 500 and plus souls on this stream.
Oh, indeed. Well, they're actually just 12 guys. I pay for a view botter from Russia.
Oh, okay.
It's really effective.
Greetings to those of you 12 that are still here and breathing.
So good positioning from Baolian, just watching over that flank. However, the penal battalions of Thoton have other ideas. They're going to run into Panzer II anyway. In the south, it looks like we will have chance for victory point capture, so the Germans are staying in this game. The German nationality players, rather than the factions.
Yeah, and in the middle we got Pioneers that are about to sweep this mine, or at least they're seeing this mine, so I'm assuming it's going to get swept at some point.
AC tries to find an angle. He's up against Raketenwerfer and a Puma. This could go very badly, but the Puma misses its first round.
This could go...
Oh, one more round needed. Will the Raketenwerfer go for a Hail Mary? Main gun destroyed. Puma pop smoke. Ziskun was watching over.
We got 222 trying to finish that Puma off, but Zis misses.
There we go. Oh, he's gone for a Zis barrage as a Hail Mary. Over the wall. We just had a squad wipe as well. It's all going off. Meanwhile, in the centre, just keep an eye on that. Combat Engineer trying to cap. First Grenadiers recap. Meanwhile, we've got an MG34 being stolen.
Oh wow, a lot of stuff is going on. And did I just call a 221 is flanking Puma? Oh my god, I'm such a noob. I got excited.
Yeah, it's alright, don't worry. Don't worry, it's fine.
Alright, gotta keep quiet.
Panzer Grenadiers under duress. The double 222 team forcing away that Tommy squad. And it's ebbed away for a little while. The action, as both teams now need to refocus their minds and take stock of what they have. And I believe Axis are on top. I'm going to check the graphs and have a little look at that. Let's pick... Oh, God. Oh, wow, yes. There's the army value. There's points held. You can firmly see that it's an Axis advantage. And it's their game to lose right now.
Oh, absolutely. Axis got way too much map control for allies' liking, I guess, and they've been holding the ground steadily.
Oh, it's just been that incredible light armor usage. And to be honest, I must say I've always wanted a bit more light armor play in my company eras too, and it seems like we finally got there, It's not quite the same as the old Co-1 Jeep and motorbike, but it's still kind of cool. I love seeing that 221 rush and the superior mobility and the kind of frenetic early game. It's exciting.
Yeah, I think this new patch brought up a lot of good changes as far as the light vehicles are concerned, especially like mid-tier light vehicles. Not, of course, as you said, there's no jeeps or scout cars or well, actually, what am I saying? There's actually a lot
of motorbikes. There's no motor. Yeah, it's very very light in kind of vehicles. You kind of got a little bit like heavy light vehicles, let's say.
Heavy light vehicles, yeah. Light vehicles, it's heavier, especially than in Co-1.
Oh, here we go. The Valentine is out, and people have been calling out the fact that it only costs the 80 fuel. You can only build one of them, but you basically get what's called a Valentine train. One dies and you replace it instantly. You just keep doing that ad infinitum, and they become expendable. And you just keep using them. Puma versus Valentine right now. Got a damaged engine from the heat grenade of the Royal Engineers. The Valentine's going in.
Oh, of course, chase that Puma, son. Kill that Puma.
He's got to go for it. However, we do have the 222s coming to the rescue. They need to get on the rear side, but the AEC has their number. Valentine forces itself in through the smoke, dies. Regardless, no Fausts, of course, due to the doctrinal choices. Both 221 surviving. AEC reverses.
And of course, VonIvan with impeccable pack positioning, or Raketen positioning rather.
Oh yes, there we go. AEC asunder, thanks to a great Shrek pop of the Panzer Grenadiers in the heat of battle. Meanwhile, we've got the Panzer II dying to the T-70 in the south, and then causing the MG issues. So a minor victory for Thoton. Well, not bad a victory at all, to be honest, but when you take into account what he's just lost.
Yeah, this is two light vehicles to one, right? I mean, they have Axis certainly have the advantage in that engagement.
I tell you what, they don't have the advantage in AT, because we had the 6-pounder stolen away.
Yeah.
And we all are expecting Oh, nice satchel in the south. Look for that one. Oh no.
Oh my God, a bandit. Oh, that Puma might go down. One more attack round? No. That Puma's gone.
What a crazy game. No, he's gonna survive.
Could it go down
survive.
to infantry fire?
Gonna have to be 2 bullet penetrations, and there is a 221 wall waiting, or a 222 wall rather. So he's gonna be fine. So we had 2 amazing things happen at the same time there. We had a satchel attempt on retreat in the south, and then a successful attack on the T-70. But then he rolled the 1 in 20 chance of an abandoned critical, and he got it. So there you go, a little bit of luck.
Nice nade on the 6-pounder. 6-pounder's gone. Decrued.
Wow, it's changed hands. Oh no, that's yeah, it's changed hands again, it seems.
Oh.
222's causing issues, 12 and 5 kills respectively, both veterans C2. Forcing away the Tommy squads.
Down north we got VonIvan's army. We're getting ready to cap that fuel point and victory point. Of course, there's a lot of MGs here.
Oh yes, a lot of mines as well. Soviet mines waiting. They should be able to continue capping. That is the VonIvan way. Just carry on regardless.
Just keep capping, regardless how many units you have, how many units lost. He just keeps capping.
Oh yeah, brave soldier is VonIvan. Oh, it's fearless. Just wouldn't want to be a soldier in his army. That's all.
No, absolutely not. I would probably dodge that draft the way I could.
Exactly.
I would just run for my life even before the war started.
Good capping in the centre for the Axis, keeping up this authoritative advantage. Let's have a look at, do we have any options for Thoton and Lucky to break this stranglehold?
Well, Thoton's got tier 3 up. I don't know when that happened, but it obviously was late. So, we'll see when he's going to get tier 4 up, because obviously he needs some tanks on the field.
Certainly does, and 214, well, 11 victory points. He's going to drop. They're going to drop roughly 1 per second as they slowly bleed out. Need to do something drastic. Coach Grenadiers behind green cover against the
222 might go down. All right, T7 is chasing 222.
Good call, Stone Tiger Gaddafi, and the T-70 gets the kill. Meanwhile, Tommies go to flank this MG, and they do a good job of it. Get around the arc of fire there.
Of course, impeccable VonIvan positioning. Takes 2 shots on T-70. Puma's chasing, but no. In front of 280 guns, not a good idea. Get that Puma out of there, son.
Oh yes, and the Puma was only brought in to push around an infantry squad, nearly died because of it. Meanwhile, in the mid, we've got an advance of the penal battalions and the shock troopers taking the central victory point. They needed it because they dropped 175 victory points. Whilst all that was happening, great Zis barrage takes out the MG.
Alright. Flamers flaming at Tommies. Tommies are suppressed somehow. Well, because of...
The MG that did exist has now been taken out indeed. Flamers pushing in, forcing away that Tommy squad.
I guess you're gonna like this vehicle, eh? I may give you
Oh
the opportunity
yes,
to introduce
here it comes, Mikhail Wittmann in his Panzerkampfwagen 6, the heavy tank. The big cat's on the field. It's a Tiger rush from Baolian. A rush of blood has gone to his head as he now has the ultimate powerhouse. Is he going to dominate and finish off this game, Sturm Tiger?
We'll see, we'll see. I mean, given the lack of AT that Axis currently, or I mean, Allies currently have, it's gonna have a couple of minutes to rain hell on Allies forces.
Oh! Very accurate shot and retreat there. Nearly snuffs out the shock troopers. And you've got to say, this has Game 3 incoming written all over it.
Absolutely, couple more victory point drops and they're on their way to Game 3.
Let's just take into account. Oh my god, the brutality of the Tiger in action. Annihilating any foe that dares stand before it. Good grenade assault on the 6-pounder, making it reposition as the Tiger rains shells over the pond.
And of course we got another Ziskan coming to protect the other flank. This Tiger's going nowhere with these two AT guns, 6-pounder of course, and the Ziskan on up north.
Like we've had a squad loss possibly in the south. We've also got a Panzer IV out for VonIvan. Could cause issues.
Okay, and we got a... Of course, Thoton is still standing on his mine. There's a potential of engineer wipe there. The mine explodes, but that's not gonna happen.
Is that north, mid, south?
That was down south.
Okay. Nice grenade in the north on the 6-pounder there. Wasn't an issue. Panzer Grenadiers force away the Tommies, and this is a mop-up at the moment. The Tiger's destroying the crew weapon. And on my screen at least, it literally caused a glitch in the Matrix and all of the units around lost their matter and were forced away with an anti-gravity torpedo from the Tiger, it seemed.
Okay. Middle there, the Axis might lose an MG. No, it lives.
And may also lose this T-70.
Yeah.
A lot of pressure from the Puma. He's going in.
Puma's chasing. This is out of position. Unless you rotate.
Turns about face. Yeah, indeed. And the Puma sees it and gets out of there. That's very good. I have to say, VonIvan is the best player in the game for circumventing AT guns with vehicles. He just has a knack for it, like no other player.
Yeah, he just jumps in and causes terror and then leaves, you know. Raises hell and leaves.
Rise, raise hell and leave. That is the VonIvan methodology.
He might lose a unit or two, but you know, it doesn't matter.
Or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7.
But in VonIvan's case, in grand scheme of things, it absolutely makes no difference.
Here comes the Panzer IV looking for attack ground, trying to track. Oh, but it eats a heat grenade for its troubles. That's a very heavily stricken Panzer. All the allies trying to battle back. Well, the Tiger might have something to say about that.
6-pounder is chasing that Panzer IV. That Panzer IV might go down. He absolutely has.
Oh, good call, Sturm Tiger. Daffy out of control goes the Panzer. Good tracking by Lucky, and there was no luck in that. That was just a fantastic assault by the German player.
Alright, we got T-70 pounding on those Pioneers. Oh, and Pioneers got blocked by their own Puma, and they're forced to go the other way.
Oh, that's bad pathing for VonIvan, unfortunately. T-70 is going to try and get the kill. And gets it. Meanwhile, the Tiger's been forced away and grenaded by these 6-pounders looking to cause more health damage. Tiger's now down to half health. Are there any tanks from Thoton or Lucky that can take advantage? Sturm Tiger Gaddafi.
Doesn't seem to be the case. I mean, you would expect that Thoton would have tier 4 by now, but no. What's going on with Lucky?
Oh no, I know. Lucky indeed is down to 38 pop cap. Good
Lucky's
zip barrage though.
Lucky's calling another Valentine. I don't know how smart of an idea that is, but we'll see. I mean, they're obviously relying on a lot of ATs to counter the armor of Axis, but we'll see how that's going to work out for them. They haven't been successful thus far.
It's going to be a Valentine's Day massacre when this thing comes onto the field. Tiger's waiting for it. Pack's waiting for it. Faust, everything you want at one. That's not going to last very long at all. Meanwhile, in the north infantry section, plucky Brits about to be annihilated.
That Tiger's going to pluck those boys like a chicken.
Loving it. So in the south, it must be said, if you're wondering why they're not pushing there, we do have the Schwerpanzer headquarters. North side is well protected. The mid's just been capped. 76 victory points remain for the Allied team. Thoton Unlucky look likely to be entering into a Game 3 at this rate.
That is really a smart tier 4 positioning by VonIvan and protecting that VP, and obviously that building is not going to be susceptible to any armor rush because they have none, right? So it's going to be really hard to take out that tier 4 on the south.
VonIvan is no stranger to risk, and he takes risks when he needs to. And,
is that 5 Pios going down to a single Valentine shot?
Oh,
what
yes.
What is going down here?
That's that received accuracy nerf you get for having your blowtorches out. It's like being caught with your pants down. Heavily penalised. Oh, and I see the Valentine is just helping all those 3 AT guns get in position. And this is a desperate gasp effort to try and take that north victory point. And they're leaving it all out there in that northern sector of the battlefield, leaving themselves open to ultimate annihilation. Will the Axis close the pocket?
And of course we have to be wary of the Teller mine up north, and there's a lot of tanks, or light tanks rather, lurking around there, so that might blow up at any point.
Could indeed. We've got the Brumbear for Baolian. That's prophesizing ultimate defeat. What's this now?
And of course, AT guns are forced to reposition. Where's the Tiger? Tiger needs to follow up.
Not quite being able to do so. Got an assault on the center. Trying to change tact and try and be mobile, the Allies here. Using all of their AT guns. They're now trying to beckon the Tiger on. The Tiger does receive 2 rounds for its troubles.
It's do or die now, boys.
Do or die. Death or glory. Their last chance to get back and seal this series 2-0. And not enter the Von Asten-Isildur series with heavy hearts and fatigued brains.
Of course, we got artillery, British artillery down on the middle VP, but that's not gonna do anything, I'm afraid.
Very desperate. 8 victory points remain. In the north, the game is now over because 2 Panzer Grenadiers cap. And that is the Valentine destroyed, as Thoton and Lucky don't even wait for those last 2 victory points to tick down. They surrender, and we are going to a deciding ace game.
This is the 2 versus 2 Masters Cup.
And there we go. Sometiger Gaddafi, nice game 2 for your boy VonIvan and his teammate Baolian.
Yeah, I'm just excited that this series is gonna go to the 3rd game. You know what? I want to watch experts play more, and I hope they go allies, and I hope we get a hell of a show with the B-Force.
Oh yes. Again, indeed. Well, they didn't actually have that much success on their B4 game. It was great for the viewers, but not so great for winning.
Yeah, unfortunately, the problem with the B4 strat is that you lose a map control, and once you get to the B4, and especially if you build it late game, you're just gonna you're sacrifice a lot of map control because you're constantly gonna be looking for those juicy shots, and your micro is just gonna slip. So they were able to, I mean, Axis were able to counter that pretty well with constant pushes and whatnot, and just they couldn't hold on. Bao and VonIvan, that is.
Duty. Just looking now at the brackets, and let's go over to them. We've already got some quarterfinals ready to be watched, it seems. You can also see that we have a couple of other streams on today. It isn't just me and Sturm Daddy G in the house, and we've got Pompey is also casting. We've got Alvadi as well, so you can watch 2 of the other 2nd round battles going on. Let's let us go over to the monitor scene as we see. There we go, the quarterfinal in the top left bracket. We've got Nagano Scotch quite predictably up against Asher Blah and Asia Mint, who 2-0 Doggy and CN. Not a good day for Doggy, it seems.
Oh, it just proves out that his win against Helping Hands was just a fluke.
Yeah, I mean, that he's referring to, of course, this meme that you can see there, the face you make when Doggy beats you. And there you go. On the top right of the brackets, you can already see that VonIvan and Isilda are easily into the quarterfinals and waiting for the winner of course, the game we've been casting. So there you go. They're going to be ready to receive, and hopefully, well, from their perspective, they want to